I'm Father Jeffrey Mickler of the Society of St. Paul in Canfield, Ohio. The Society of St. Paul is a Catholic congregation of brothers and priests founded in 1914 by Blessed James Alberione to work in media to spread the gospel. We're in 30 countries today, and our sister congregation, the Daughters of St. Paul, they are in over 50 countries around the world, always working in media and with media. I would like to share with you a few thoughts on what it means to be a man. There are so many misconceptions today, especially in regards to male sexuality. Through most of my life, I was a mediocre athlete, always having fun at sports, but never being a star. Nevertheless, this caused me to hang around locker rooms for quite a few decades. One time, when I was studying and practicing the martial arts, I was preparing for a tournament match. In the locker room, all the martial artists were changing. And there were two young men that spent a lot of time, obviously, bodybuilding because they were ripped. Really handsome, young individuals who, no doubt, spent a lot of time looking in the mirror, checking out their muscles. But like men, they were talking about their latest sexual conquest. And it was so sad because it was so typical. They were boasting about what they did or didn't do with a couple young ladies they had dated the night before. Obviously, they never planned to see these young women again, making jokes about them. But at the same time, showing that their own life was a tragic joke. I was paying little attention to this because this is unfortunately the way men often talk in locker rooms. But then they caught my attention when one of the young men said to the other, "What kind of parents would allow their daughters to go out with guys like us?" It was so sad because they knew how low they had sunk. They were speculating that if they would ever have children, they wouldn't let boys like them come near their daughters. They knew what they were. But they didn't know how horrible that was for them, as well as for the girls that they would love and leave. There's a legend about Don Juan. When he dies, he goes to hell, and the devil dresses him up in a clown's costume. And Don Juan said, "I'm no clown. I'm a great lover." The devil looks in the book and says, No, I have you down here as a clown." He said, "I've loved thousands of women." The devil looks in the book. "Gee, I don't have you down here as loving anyone." And then the devil said to him, "All right, you had sexual intercourse with many women, but if you can name one correctly by name, I won't dress you up as a clown for eternity." And then one woman appeared to Don Juan after another, one after another after another, and he could never get their names straight. When it was all done, he looked at the devil and said, "You're right. I am a clown. My life was a joke." Young men, I'd like you to listen to this older man here for a moment and realize it's much more manly to want to love one woman for a lifetime in 1,000 different ways rather than trying to love 1,000 different women in the same old way. Sometimes I've seen rock stars say, "Well, I will die with a smile on my face because of all the groupies I've had over the course of my career." It's spoken by men who haven't been with very many people in the dying process, if any at all. I, as a priest, have. And those that have lived their life in dissipation generally are not consoled by that dissipation, but they're embittered. Thoughts of past pleasure only intensify their current loneliness and pain. While those who have been faithful to family and spouse, they still have to face torment and sorrow in the dying process and fear of the unknown. But they have a dignity that comes from knowing that they had lived their lives well. And generally, they're surrounded by family and friends that admire them. And when they pass from this life to the next, there may not be a big grin on their face, but you could sense an aura of tranquility. When you have finished your life, I hope and pray that you'll have that aura, because you will have realized what it means to be a true man and to live and love according to God's plan and not simply your own whims or desires. God bless you.